Courage Unlimited, your host, Chad Ikes. Shooting this video a little late at night, but this idea has been percolating around in my brain, and I thought I want to get it out now. So, if you subscribe to this channel, like this channel, comment on this channel, you're going to find out that my brain kind of works on multiple thoughts at once. But a thought will come in from who knows where, and it'll like strike a chord with me, and it'll just kind of bounce around and percolate in there because I want to give it time to like really think about it from different perspectives and multiple angles, and before it really sticks and I feel like I have a good grasp of that idea. This idea I want to talk about tonight has to do with the past, the present, and the future. And it came to me by watching an old episode of Twilight Zone, which Rod Serling was a genius, way more than anyone knew at the time, more than I knew when I was a kid watching them. It was an episode where a Nazi SS soldier goes back to Dachau concentration camp, and it starts by the lady in the hotel, like, thinks she recognizes him, and he denies that he's ever been there, and basically goes back to the camp, and you can see him reminiscing about all the power he had and how much he enjoyed what he did because he was a sick bastard. Little did he know there were ghosts waiting for him. And near the end of the episode, you see the doctor and the taxi driver who dropped him off are talking. The taxi driver's like, I just dropped him off a couple hours ago. What could possibly happen? And the doctor's like, I don't know, but it was pretty intense. So, we need to knock this place down. I don't know why it's still standing. And then it pans over to Rod Serling, who begins to speak about how we need to keep these places standing so we don't forget. We need to remember no matter how horrible it is. And that really sank into my brain, and I've been thinking about it for a few weeks. If you follow my Instagram, which is just Chad Ikes, I actually posted that little clip of the Twilight Zone. And it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. But the concept that it's kind of boiled down for me is we must remember the past, but we need to live in the present, and we need to contemplate our future. I see too many people who want to get rid of the past or don't want to recognize the past. And this is in societal terms and in individual terms. On an individual basis, I've known a lot of people that messed up in the past, and they always get mad when you bring it up. I mean, how many times have you been talking to somebody in this situation? They're like, that's in the past. Just let it go. That happened before. Well, it's easy for you to let it go. You did stuff wrong. If I'm on the victim end of that, it's a little harder. Like, maybe if you apologize for some of the stuff you did, it would be easier. And I'm not saying it's right to hold on to that victim or not. Like, you need to at some point go, okay, this is the way it is. Let's let it go. For example, my life was never that bad, but I have definitely dealt with some shit. And there was a point in my life when I needed to figure out why I was looking at things the way I did, why I had such a bad temper and felt angry. And I had to go back to my childhood, and I had to look at things. And I always say that we remember, or we went through things when we were young as a child, and we thought like a child. But now we're adults. And if these things from our past and our childhood are still affecting us, we need to go back and revisit those from the perspective of an adult and reevaluate those situations. So I see a lot of people do this, and then a lot of people on the societal level, they don't want to talk about the bad things that the human race did. And the human race did a lot of bad things. I mean, basically, we've been on this earth for, I think, 200,000 years, but our society is somewhere around 600,000 years, which is a pretty long time, but we've done a lot of horrible things. I mean, look at how many societies have ended. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we had slavery, which was horrible. It wasn't that long ago that people were made to wear patches to signify their ethnicity, and actually ended up getting tattooed numbers on them, and mass murders. Just through all the wars, how we've treated people, how we've treated races. We've done a lot of bad stuff. And the thing is, if we don't remember that, we will reenact that. We will go over it again. And we need to think about that as a society and as individuals. Otherwise, like I said, we're doomed to repeat it. And trust me, I've seen this. I've seen a lot of people on individual levels, the people that don't want to recognize or own up to their past, they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. And it's until they recognize it and go, hey, okay, yes, this was a mistake. This did happen. How can I need to remember this. And when the next time this situation comes up, I need to remember what it was in the past and why I'm not going to do the same thing I did before. And, then you have the people that, just live in the present, just live in the present. All you got to do is live in the present. Okay, well, that's great. We should, if you're, say, out with your child playing, you need to be there. You need to be with that child. You can't be thinking about what you're doing tomorrow or what work is going to be like on Monday or what your next training session is. You need to be in that moment with your child or with your spouse or with your girlfriend. We need to live in the present. But say you live in the present and don't plan for the future and you end up living a long life. Your future could suck. So you have to have some forethought about what's going to happen in the future. So this really goes back to balance. It's not about having only one of these things be right. It's about having the balance between all three of them. And I know this is, for me, this seems like a pretty logical, common concept to come up with. But a lot of people miss that. And even in terms of my strength training, you can't rush the future. You have to think about the future, think about where you want to go in order to meet those goals. And then you got to think about the past, because you need to remember, what mistakes did we make? Okay, when we make a mistake, we need to learn from it and not redo it. And that really goes for any goal in life that you have. If you want to be successful in starting a business, you got to remember what happened in the past, what worked and what didn't. You have to live in that present to build that business. But you also have to plan for the future, because who knows what's going to come up, and you need to keep that business strong. So I just wanted to kind of go over this one, and this channel is all about courage. And what I'm talking about here takes courage. It's easy to ignore the past, especially the bad things. It's easy to focus on just the good things. It's easy to just go right here, right now. I need to live in the present right here. Here's the past, here's the future. No, I don't want to look at those. Just want to look at now. And it takes courage to look at the future and go, hey, I need to plan for the future. These are the things I need to do today to secure my future. Courage and balance. It's going to keep coming back to that all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and start chilling out, get ready for bed. I hope everyone else is going to having a great evening. I hope you all get a lot of rest tonight. I hope you all wake up tomorrow. And if you did watch this, hopefully you wake up remembering that I need to remember the past. I need to live in the future. And I need to live in the now, present. And I need to contemplate the future and find a balance in these three times. All right, guys, I'm out of here. We're new into this channel, so I'm trying to post more, and hopefully it can start growing, which will allow more time for me to post more. My brain is always going with these different thoughts, and I would love to be able to share them and just spike thoughts with you guys. And if you have other great thoughts, please comment below. I would love to hear what you guys think and what you have to say. That's how we all learn, by sharing ideas and concepts. All right, guys. Chad Ikes, your host, Courage Unlimited. Subscribe to the channel, please, and I will see all you guys later. I'm out.